So the next up, and I am very proud to introduce Kim Menster, and she's this. Woo! She has a following here. I haven't seen her before. This is her first year here, and she's from Cordova. And has a fishing boat named the Esther after her mother. And she's a drift netter. And she performs at Cordova Fisher Poets. And so glad that we've got her here now. Okay, go on, Esther.
Let's put this on just a little bit. I will put my words on there, but I don't need it. Just it's a lifeline, you know.
That should do it.
Yeah, it should do it. I'll make it work.
All right. I'll adjust this.
Yep, I start back there. Okay, here we are again. Woo! I'm from Cordova, Alaska. I'm a drift gill netter, and I've been doing that for 20 years. And I'm so happy to be here in Astoria. The first song I have tonight is perfect for this venue because it's a drinking song, and it's called The Ballad of the Gemini. So, and the idea behind this, there's a couple of things I should tell you. First of all, a fid is a very long needle that you use for splicing line. So it's a fid, not like this morning they were singing it's a fish. No, okay, so, and the other thing is it's a true story. And at the end of every chorus and verse, you repeat the line back to me so I have enough breath to start the next chorus or verse. So you guys have a challenge. The Gemini was a jolly old boat. It was laughter and songs that kept her afloat. Even now you can hear us quote, I would sit on a fid for the good of the boat. The captain, Mike, was made of sturdy stock. He'd set and we'd haul and we'd fish around the clock. The end of the season we were mending on the dock, 'cause he set our clean-out set on a goddamn rock. Skiff man Sam, we all liked just fine. He'd spend his days a-towing on our line. When in town you could hear us whine. Why can't O'Toole ever be on time? The Gemini was a jolly old boat. It was laughter and songs that kept us afloat. Even now you can hear us quote, I would sit on a fid for the good of the boat. Pete stacked leads, he was strong as an ox. He'd drink guarana, then he'd talk, and he'd talk, and he'd talk. I told him I listened to just half of what you say, and he said that's better than his wife anyway. The Gemini was a jolly old boat. It was laughter and songs that kept us afloat. Even now you can hear us quote, I would sit on a fid for the good of the boat. Young McKenna was our cabin boy. Salmon guts were his favorite toy. The end of the day, he'd yell at us to plunge, and I'd think, get down here, kid, and I'll cut out your tongue. The Gemini was a jolly old boat. It was laughter and songs that kept us afloat. Even now you can hear us quote, I would sit on a fid for the good of the boat. I fed the boys and I stacked the corks. It was so much fun, it never felt like work. The fleet said, boys, it's time to pull your nets. Well, my strike burgers were the best. The Gemini was a jolly old boat. It was laughter and songs that kept us afloat. Even now you can hear us quote, I would sit on a fid for the good of the boat. I would sit on a fid for the good of the boat. I would sit on a fid for the good of the boat. All right, so I hope you guys are having fun tonight. This has been really fun being here. Thank you to our sound man, Troy. And thank you guys for showing up. Thank you, Mary, for the nice introduction. Thank you, Astoria Fisher Poets, for letting us come here. So a few years ago, I was at a CDFU, which is the Cordova District Fishermen United meeting, and they had a silent auction. And one of the items up for bid was Mike Mickelson. And I don't know how many of you guys know Mike, but I thought it was worth as much money as I had to pay to buy Mike. And so I got him, and I called my friend Tracy on the phone. I said, Tracy, I just bought Mike Mickelson. And she goes, oh, Kim, what are you going to do with Mike? I said, I don't know, but you want to share? And she's like, oh, yeah. So he started teaching us guitar, and we wrote this song for his 30th birthday. So, and it's kind of about, in Cordova, a lot of people spend the whole year there. And so we have our wintertime friends and our summertime friends. And Mike was one of our wintertime friends that year and got around to fishing time, and he got a little scarce in our life. So. Oh, it's fishing time again, you're gonna leave us. We can see that faraway look in your eyes. We can tell by the way you snub us, darling, that it won't be long before it's fishing time. Well, we helped you build your cabin last winter, 'cause you can't live with your mother anymore. And our shoulders may never recover, since we schlepped about 1,000 pounds or more. Oh, it's fishing time again, you're gonna leave us. I can see that faraway look in your eyes. I can tell by the way you snub us, darling, that it won't be long before it's fishing time. Now you say you like your right hand better, and you really love your kinky, kinky porn. And as sure as your cock comes up tomorrow, fishing time will start when you walk out that door. Oh, it's fishing time again, you're gonna leave us. I can see that faraway look in your eyes. I can tell by the way you snub us, darling, that it won't be long before it's fishing time. Well, when you took us to the dump last Sunday morning, we could tell you were a true romantic boy. And you pulled that splice cork from the pile. You were like a child with a brand new toy. Oh, it's fishing time again, you're gonna leave us. I can see that faraway look in your eyes. I can tell by the way you snub us, darling, that it won't be long before it's fishing time. No, it won't be long before it's fishing time. All right. Give me that one. Okay, so I've been dropping things all over town. I'm on like my 4th hotel key. We just got 4 more printed up, and they're just lined up on the counter, so I don't have to go back to the front desk again. I've lost all my songs, so I just had to rewrite this one out. This song is called Hot Laps, and usually I perform it with a band that I call Esther C and the Hot Laps, and it's our stadium anthem. And I wrote this song because my niece was staying with me one summer, and I live right on the water. And there's all these people that fish on the Copper River, and they come back to town, and they're like, I can get to town 48 hours before the first opener and be ready. And they like show up, and they're so hyper, and they're running around, and they dump their boat in the water, and they run out, and they do what we call a hot lap right in front of my house. And they just like go as fast as they can. They're like, okay, the boat's ready. And it's like, oh my God, I've been working on my boat all winter. And so my niece was watching them, and she goes, what are those guys doing? And I said, baby, they're doing a hot lap. So. Some people in Cordova say shorebirds bring the spring, but those little brown birds don't mean a goddamn thing. I can always tell when spring is in the air, 'cause there's little gill netters doing hot laps everywhere. Hot laps in my neighborhood, hot laps 'cause it feels so good. I can always tell when spring is in the air, 'cause there's little gill netters doing hot laps everywhere. In winter, our boats are out of sight and out of mind. They're sitting on a beach somewhere having a good time. We get back to town, we like to launch them right away. Then it's off to do a hot lap, pulling shitties all the way. Hot laps in my neighborhood, hot laps 'cause it feels so good. I can always tell when spring is in the air, 'cause there's little gill netters pulling hot laps everywhere. Napa, Siemens, Ace, I'm hitting every bar in this goddamn place. I get back to the boat, I lay out. Okay, let me do that one again. Redden, Napa, Siemens, Ace, I'm hitting every store in this goddamn place. I get back to the boat, I lay out what I bought, then it's back to the beginning for the shit I forgot. Hot laps in my neighborhood, hot laps 'cause it feels so good. I can always tell when spring is in the air, 'cause there's little gill netters pulling hot laps everywhere. How about them gill netters pulling hot laps everywhere? Hot laps. Oh my God. Wow. All right, so that was my song. That was my stadium anthem, so we're going to get quiet again. This next song is called Useless and Pretty, and I've written all my songs, so this is just another one that I've written. How are we doing on time? Oh, we're doing one more song. Okay, good, because I don't want to end on that one. All right, so. Sometimes I wish I was useless and pretty, eating skin grapes by the sea. My soft little hands being held by a man that was pretty as me. Instead I go out and I fish on the ocean, in a place where the sound meets the sea. Pulling nets like a man with my chapped swollen hands, but maybe a man pulls like me. Sometimes I wish I was useless and pretty, eating skin grapes by the sea. My soft little hands being held by a man that was pretty as me. In winter I love them cold snowy mountains, I ski the peaks to the sea. Sometimes I've been told that I ski like a man, but maybe a man skis like me. Na 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 na. Now I don't hold with knights on white horses shown up to rescue me. Just give me a man who works with his hands, one that'll work next to me. Sometimes I wish I was useless and pretty, eating skinned grapes by the sea. My soft little hands being held by a man that was pretty as me. Just imagine how pretty we'd be.